Welcome to Selling Tri-Cities, where we are selling more than homes. This project was created to share our love and passion for this beautiful part of the country that we are lucky enough to call home. We want to showcase the small businesses, the entrepreneurs, and the beauty that makes the Appalachian Highlands one of the most desirable markets in the nation. But most importantly, we want to introduce you to the people that make this area such a wonderful place to live. So join us as we sell you on our love for the Tri-Cities. Are there any pests and termites that you just do not like? I mean, just really give you like the heebie-jeebies?
No,
He likes them all.
I love them all.
That
I love
is
to take pictures of them. I'm so fascinated by insects.
Welcome to Selling Tri-Cities, where we are selling more than homes with Aubrey Tellerico, Catherine McCain, and Gregg Pechmann. Today we are with Pest Appalachia. We have owner and manager Anthony and Leslie with us to kind of talk about their services. But today we're actually down at Founders Park for the candy cane tree decorating kind of get together. This is the first day of the decorating, and they have tree number 36 down here. So they were busy decorating all this today, and they even allowed Catherine and I to put our faces on their tree. So Anthony, tell me a little bit more about why you got started and how long you've been in the business.
So I've been doing this for 5 years now. I joined the business, or I started the business because I saw an opportunity to have my own business and live the American dream. And now, as we scaled, I've been able to hire other people, and that's where Leslie has become an important part of the company.
Leslie, what do you do for Anthony?
So I focus on customer experience, customer service, making sure that Ace is routed efficiently as he can be, make sure I get all the details of their pest concerns. You know, most people, they don't only not want pests, but they fear them. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I focus on making sure that we get their major objective taken care of when we get there to service them.
So you are Anthony's right-hand man?
Yes.
And left-hand man? Probably both of them, right?
Ambidextrous.
Yeah. Anthony, tell me a little bit more about the services that you provide. 'Cause I think a lot of people, when they think of pest control, they think of just sprays. That's not just what you do. You offer a lot more than just doing monthly or bi-monthly pest sprays.
We offer general pest sprays on a monthly, bi-monthly, and quarterly experience, depending on essentially the fear factor of the customer, because it's dependent on their level of how often we have to go back. But we also, we look for other things like downspouts. Downspouts are a big reason for termites, and why we see termites on foundations, because your downspouts are pouring right into the foundation, so it's easy for them to develop. So we try to help people correct, little problems around their house to seal up pest and rodent issues.
As a realtor, I know I've personally used you guys, personally but professionally. So talk to me a little bit more about the pest services that you offer as far as inspections for realtors, or even just a homeowner maybe has some concerns. They want kind of an inspection done on their home.
So we do state inspection reports, and with that, we take pictures of the house, we measure up the house, and try to look for entry points in the house for anything rodent-wise or pest-wise. We also like to point out in pictures where you can help yourself to maybe maintain some of that stuff to keep your costs down a little bit.
When you are going to do a pest inspection, a lot of time there's buyers or homeowners who are kind of like horrified by something they might have found. But what are some things that people can do, what preventive measures they can take now to kind of keep from having those issues?
Seal up any entry points, really. The biggest reason you get pests is entry points. You leave doors open, your windows cracked, or you don't have screens on your windows. Your house has a gap around the trimming, and mice only need 1/4 of an inch to enter your house. Most insects only need a 1/64 of an inch, which is very tiny.
Wow.
To get into a house.
Yeah, and dead, rotting wood too. I think a lot of time there's people leave wood from maybe construction or from building something, they put it in their basement. Next thing you know, they've got a piece of rotten wood that's moisture, and you pick that thing up and you can find termites everywhere.
So termites only need 18% moisture to develop. So with that, any loose scrap wood around your house, touching your house, the termites like to travel through the ground, so a piece of wood up against the foundation is an easy meal for them, and then they get attached to the house and now you've got a bigger infestation.
So with seasons changing right now, it's obviously getting a lot colder. What are you seeing the most that people are calling about?
During this time of season, we get a lot of calls for rodents, mice, rats. If they're cold, they want to come inside just like you. So we do a lot of those calls right now and try to, help alleviate any entry points, mostly that are around the house.
Yeah, I was with Leslie this morning, and she actually got a call about a mouse. So what are some questions that you ask? I can absolutely agree. I've had a mouse in my house before too. First I thought maybe it was me, or I was maybe dirty, which maybe I am, I don't know. But I think that's common. I think a lot of people see it, and it's not something that you should be afraid of or be worried about or be embarrassed about. I think that you're gonna see that a lot. So what are some questions and things that you asked them, and some things that you told them that you could do to help with that issue?
So one of the first things I ask them is, do you know how they're getting in? And it's about 50-50. Some do, some don't. So the next thing is, they leave trails of little chocolate sprinkles for us. So we ask them if they clean those up to leave, to let us know where they found those, because that's a key in his inspection. As where the trail's going. They're simple-minded creatures, so they try to run routes and anything that they can deem themselves to remember that route, where usually it's a food source or shelter. So so they're pretty easy to catch on to their habits. It's just figuring out where they are and how they're getting in before he gets there, so we can give him the best opportunity to get them taken care of.
What is the craziest thing that you have seen, whether it's just a spray or an inspection? What is just something that you feel like was either funny or crazy or scary?
I was in a crawl space, and I could sense that there were snakes around because I could see the skin on the ground. I had turned to my right and I didn't see anything. I turned to my left, I still didn't see anything. And when I turned back around to my right, something had dropped down and I was face to face with a snake. And that was about the creepiest encounter I've had with a snake.
Did you have to change your underwear? Oh my gosh.
It's part of the job description.
I guess it is, but what is something that you feel like maybe people don't understand about pests and termites? Especially spiders. Like, I have arachnophobia, so.
Spiders are actually our friends. They're more beneficial than they are harmful. Termites are also very beneficial to the environment. It's just not your house. So, insects have their part in the world for us. We just don't like them, and we're paranoid of them.
And one thing I'd like to say about Ace, he wants to take the time to educate our clients. He wants to help them with their homeowner responsibilities. He wants to help them feel safe if they're fearful of whatever it is that's encroaching in their house. And he motivates me to want to educate and learn more. So, there's so much, there's so many bugs. We're way outnumbered, so we have a lot to learn from them.
And I have to agree with that. I have used Ace and Shield Pest Appalachia, dozens and dozens and dozens of times professionally. And I think when buyers get reports back, they can start to get really nervous or worried, especially when there's moisture, or even with just something like termites. And you've done a really good job of, calling the buyer, calling the client, saying, hey, don't freak out, we can treat this. This is an issue that can be solved. Don't worry about it. The house is great. And I think it's important to have professionals like you in our industry to help, walk people through how, a solution, versus not just saying, here's your inspection, here's what I found, but don't worry, we can there's a problem, I'll solve it.
And I think that's, the biggest part of it for everybody. You want to ease your mind, especially when it comes to termites. It's intimidating because they do destroy your house. But in reality, they don't eat as much wood a year that people think. So it's an easy fix, and it can be solved for a very efficient price, and you can move on with life and not have to worry about them anymore.
From a small business, perspective, I know it's tough to get business going. You guys have been there 5 years. You guys, obviously you're growing and growing. What's the toughest part about being in business, number one, and what's the best part about being in business?
The best part of it is actually getting to meet different people on a daily basis. I form relationships with all my customers, so you know, I look forward to speaking to some people, and on certain days I'm given the opportunity to speak to them in a you know, uplifting way just by seeing me. Sometimes I'm the only face people see, especially during the pandemic, which was what helped us grow. Is we were the only people that were still able to go out and into people's homes, and people still needed pest control, and so we were the only person some of them saw because of the pandemic. And through that, we were able to develop relationships that we built with these people, and now they want us to build other relationships, and that's all it's all about, building relationships.
I love it. And you do commercial and residential. So it's not just for homes. You do commercial businesses as well, which I think is huge. Restaurants and small businesses.
And on the commercial side, like you said, our restaurants, you know, we love our restaurants, from Project Barbecue to Holy Taco, you know, the Spring Street Sandwich Shop, Alley Cats. They are all great for the community, and they've all helped us a lot on that side.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys very much. But before we finish, I do want you guys to talk a little bit about the special you guys are running with this really cool, beautiful, slightly creepy tree because there's spiders everywhere. But no, Leslie did such a fantastic job. She's been working on this for months. So talk a little bit about the giveaway you guys have going on starting Saturday night, right after the tree lighting ceremony.
While you're out with your family visiting Founder's Tree, we want you to snap a selfie or family photo with our tree, tag us on Facebook or Instagram, and that automatically enters you to win pest control services for your home or office for a full year. So we just want to get the family involved. You know, we take pride in community involvement, and you know, what better way to get out here and do a little contest.
Well, thank you guys so much for being here and explaining a little bit more about what you guys do, why you do it, and also maybe helping us understand a little bit more about the pest problem, how to solve it, preventive measures, all of that. So thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Aubrey.
Thanks again for watching another episode of Selling Tri-Cities, where we are selling more than homes with Aubrey Tellerico, Catherine McCain, and Gregg Pechmann. If you are looking to buy or sell, we would love the opportunity to speak with you.
As far as the financing, we can definitely help you with that. Please reach out to us at 423-251-8083. Thank you.
Hey guys, thank you. Nope, we're gonna start that over. All right.
Appalachia.
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 Appalachia.